gonna do a special video about languages and DEA confusion of languages. Alright, so I'm going to expose why it's very important to study up on your languages and a secret of the DEA. Alright, this is for you trolls too. So the first thing we can start off with is, well, why are there languages? So we'll look that up. Why are there all these different languages? The Babylon language confusion, right? Everybody knows about that. Everybody's heard about that, right? So the lords at the time said, "Come, let us go down and there confuse their language," right? Thus giving them ultimate power, right? That's a pretty easy concept to understand. So what was the language back then anyways? What was the language back then? So the language family is Asiatic, Semitic, East Semitic, and Akkadian. Alright, so those were the languages, the language and the dialect of that time. And again, that's 100 AD. Now I'm going to expose a DEA secret of Masonic necromancy. And this is a surefire way to catch your enemy and spies around you, undercover spies around you that are actually faking speaking a language. And you can always ask them too if they know how to spell something or know how to say a specific word in that language, such as you get yourself a Spanish-English visual dictionary. Alright, and this is one way to test the military simulation grid. You can listen for people that you think are speaking Spanish when they're really not speaking Spanish. You can go study and then ask them questions, and then you'll be the one scratching your head wondering why they can't answer you a question of what a simple object is in that language when you know what it is, because you went and did your research and you found out a secret. So this is what what the DEA likes to do. They like to pretend like they know a language when they're actually saying another word, and it's usually something perverted, and they mask it in ventriloquism with unison with another word, and there is an actual definition for this word. It's called gastromancy, so we're going to look up the definition for that. Again, it comes from Greece, from the Greek. Divination by use of guttural sounds to represent the voice of the dead. This is an extremely common practice with the DEA, alright, pretending to speak a different language such as Spanish or Mexican or Chinese or Hindi or Russian. They're actually not even speaking that language. They're not speaking that language at all. They're actually performing necromancy, a form of Satanism, all right? And they're usually masking that word with something perverse or something to get you hypnotically in a trance. And they do this with multiple people in the area to subconsciously get you hooked on some sort of a DEA binge, or they can make you depressed, any number of things. But that is a super secret exclusive I wanted to share with you, and that's a surefire way you can test your military simulation grid, is to go around and listen for people that are speaking these different languages, and you can go study Spanish-English visual dictionary or a Russian visual dictionary or a Chinese visual dictionary, and then you can go out and find these people and ask them questions about these objects. Ask them if they know how to say this object. Ask them if they know how to spell this object. That's the big key, is if they can spell that word in their language, because if they can't, they're likely DE agents, and they're members of the Islamic police force, and so that's a super secret of Masonry. So there you have it. That's for you trolls. Just did four levels of research to unlock that. So there you have it. Shane K play Little Indie. You're not going to find these exclusives anywhere else. So keep coming back.